mountain journal time. I decided to go to the store and non was buy one get one. So non's ridiculously overpriced. It's just fucking flatbread. It's way overpriced. But buy one get one. And I was like, well, I do have a jar of curry sauce. So I got some chicken, curry. Haven't had fat tire in a while. Still not as good as it used to be. Not even close to how it used to be. Uh, Fat Tire is pretty much the first beer that I realized that beer could actually be good. And I'm at my girlfriend's house, and this was Christina's. She wanted to go to her father's house for some reason, her parents' house, and they live out in the flats, and they're well off, like, and so she offers me a beer, and I'm like, I don't like beer. She's like, try this, essentially, and it used to make your lips sticky. Like, it was so good. Just, I don't like ale, but the old fat tire was just unbelievably good. It's acceptable. Walking in the grocery store, there's a Nebraskan that works there, and Nebraskans typically aren't like bad people. There's a lot of issues with Nebraska, like drugs and stuff, like bad drugs, and like it's like the heart of meth country, pretty much. But he's sorting tortillas. Just, I couldn't find the joke. I could not find it. And I'm like, so how are you doing tonight? Like, I'm okay. How are you? You just sorting tortillas? But I couldn't find the joke. And the joke was that what I should have said is that I couldn't find it. I couldn't sort it out. That would have been the joke. I left. And I was like, God damn it. Helped a woman find some Hot Wheel cars for her son, showing her all the cool ones that he might like. He is very similar to me. She said that, like, all the cars that I picked out for her, she's like, he would like this, wouldn't like that. He doesn't like the eccentric stuff. He likes stuff like, I couldn't find another one of these though. These are rare, and I knew he would just fucking love that. But I've only seen one of these. These are extremely rare. The Monopoly ones. It's really cool. But she picked out the Chinque. Wherever the Chinque is that I have. There. This one I knew. I asked her, does he like Pagani? She said he actually does. She actually knows Pagani. And I showed her this one. It's got these textures. And the Chinque is one of Pagani's last Zondas. And it has it's basically a Zonda R, except it's road legal. And this one's just so stupid, but I love it. I figured he would like that. She's like, yeah, you might like this one. He'll like the textures then. Yeah, kids just like me. I just had to bother her. Don't talk about Hot Wheels cars for a kid. Picked out like 3 of them that I thought he would like. Couldn't find one of these though. He would have loved this. I guarantee it. That thing is so cool. This is like the coolest Hot Wheels car I've ever owned. One I still cannot find is an SLR McLaren. I don't think Hot Wheels has ever made one. I can't find one. I want one so bad. I have a few McLaren F1s. I have, pretty much every Porsche they've ever made. There's still a lot that I don't have, but I have a 917. Like that is such. There's a variety of 917s, but that car is so awesome. All of the variants are. They're Can-Ams or Group Cs. Fuck. Anyway, I'm leaving the store, and so I got to tell my beaver story tonight. This little old lady, and I'm walking. They restocked the Estes Park has free newspapers, and so on the covers, the beaver. I thought it was an otter, and otters and beavers, depending on how you photograph them, they look very, very similar. But it was a beaver, and she's like, she hands me one of the papers, and she points out like it's a beaver. Like I have a really funny beaver story, and so my beaver story is that I'm at the park with Kayla in the middle of the night. It's like midnight, and there just happens to be a fucking beaver. Like I've always wanted to see one in person. But my story, I try to make it funny, but I'm not the best with being funny. Anyway, I tell her that, I run up to this beaver's walking from lake to lake in the middle of the road, and I just run up to it. I scream at Caleb, "That's a fucking beaver!" I run up to it, and it just like slaps its paws on the ground and its tail, and like it's like, how dare you? It's appalled at me. Approaching it. I'm so happy to see a beaver in person in the wild, just randomly in the middle of the fucking night. But when I walk away from her, I just said, "Well, I've just always wanted to meet a beaver." So I made her laugh. This is an open window? That's weird. They want to show off the inside. They went out of the way to construct the interior. It's crazy. Normally they don't go that depth. That's why it doesn't have a windshield. The Cinque is one of the Paganis that I would want to own. The Wyra, it's grown on me, but the Cinque is like what I consider like the epitome of Pagani. His new one, what is it called? Not epitome. It's I'm so itchy. What do they call it? He calls it utopia. It's basically saying it's like the last car he's probably going to design. Horatio Pagani is a pretty awesome guy. He he's an awesome guy. Very humble. He grew up similar to me. He came up with like carbo titanium. He weaves titanium thread into carbon fiber. Guy's a fucking badass. son's a fucking moron, though. It's not bad. It used to give me heartburn there for a while. It's not as good as it used to be. It got really bad for a while. And it's actually kind of refreshing now. Very clean tasting. I brought another can. Where the fuck did I put it? What else? So I gotta tell my beaver story for once. Becky. That's why. So Becky, my friend in school, in high school, we didn't really date. We were like friends with benefits. And it was really good. Honestly, she's one of the best that I've ever been with, but she didn't particularly have like an appealing body. But like for some reason we just understood each other. And that was a side note. She had this story of going to the zoo because our school we would take, I think in third grade, uh, once a year in the third grade, every class got to go to the Henry Dorley Zoo, and you got little Becky, and so this girl, like, she was really funny to scare. she, if you came up to her and like startled her, she would go into fetal position. That was her instinct, was just like drop down as far as possible and go into fetal position. So I would scare her anytime that we had the same lunch period. she just like, she would develop this story about the zoo and a gorilla. And every time I would have her tell it every single time we hung out. And so she's at the zoo. She's like, I think I can never tell it as good as her, but she's like in awe of this gorilla. Their eyes meet, and she's like, this young girl that likes Beastie Boys, and it's just, wow. and she and I we used to just laugh for hours, just making each other laugh. And she was the best kisser I've ever been with. Like, gosh damn, I loved kissing her. I love being her friend, but when women get attached and they want more, it kind of broke my heart when she said all you wanted was sex, because she wanted to pursue a relationship. She just came and confronted me before I left for college. And I told her no, we're friends, like we're actual friends, but there's always one side of a male and female relationship. It seems that somebody wants the other person. That's why I value Camber so much, is because neither of us has ever desired each other. Anyway, so she's staring at this gorilla, and she says it just looks ferocious, or whatever her description was. He stands up, he gets on his knuckles. He's just she would develop the story every single time she told it. She would like make it ever more described. And at the end of the story, the gorilla this little Becky, he slaps the fucking window. she's, she's in her fetal position. So she stands up after she realizes that she's not going to die. And so she stands up, and what is on the window is a gorilla's paw print of poop. So this gorilla grabs some poop. I don't know if it's shit in its hand or whatever. And like charged her with it. Becky's like stands up, and right where her face would have been is a handprint of poop. Like the thing tried to like destroy her. One of the last times we ever hung out. I'm not proud of the last time we hung out. That's a bad story. But one of the last times we ever hung out, one of my favorites, is we partied all night. It's all these kids that, like, from my class and her, and we're at the, these older kids' class, and they all just knocked out. I could party all night. Like, I don't sleep. And so, that's way too strong. And normally, goddamn fucking gas and soda. I think I'm fine. So normally, at this time of night, we'd all just be laughing or sitting on a couch or something. We weren't really like the hookup culture. We would hook up, but also we just came together because we grew up together and we just had fun. And it's the middle of the night. We're the last people awake. And it's like 5 of us. And I just say, let's fucking dance. Go put on some music. I don't remember what the music was, but and we just danced together. It was like we're all laughing, smiling. My brain takes photos of it. So like, we never danced at parties. Never, ever. And we're all just fucking laughing about actually dancing. It was really fun. And it reminds me of that movie, The Men Who Stare at Goats. Or Men Who Stare at Goats, whatever the fucking title is, with George Clooney. Way too much gas. It needs to be shaken. Oils they put in soda. Usually I eat a slice of cheese that helps break it up, the viscosity. So you don't get those weird reverberant burps that make you puke and they activate your gag reflex. But I've tried to talk to her, find her online. can't. Last thing I know is that she moved to Minnesota. I broke off every old friendship because I was gonna kill myself, and I didn't want to leave behind sad memories to people, as if anybody would fucking care in general. And so I broke off every friendship, everything. The last time I ever saw her, uh, she had this lake cabin house place. So we would go there and party sometimes, swim in the lake, or, you know, just have a good time. And there was another girl that she was always fond of me. And goddamn, she had just a killer fucking body. But she was very superficial, still is. And this is why I'm not fond of it. Is that before this is right before I'm going to college, like 2 nights or something before, if I remember right. And for some reason, she invited some random people. No idea who the fuck they were. She's in college and invites these two random, like a guy and this girl. And I'm talking to my other friend, Chase. And I say, hey, let's not, because we were like planning up a threesome with this girl named Kate. And we start, he walks away, but I just grab her, Kate, and, we're on the ground in the sand, and I finally get to take off her clothes, but she's in a bikini. And my other fucking idiot friend comes out and calls her inside. For some reason. No idea why. Why she was even butting in at all. Her name is Victoria. And Kate's just this, like, beautiful sandy blonde type. And I end up, because I'm so drunk at this time, I end up walking into a random room in the cabin. And there's a girl laying in the bed. I'm like, do you want to have sex? She's like, okay. She has a fucking cast on her legs. Something happened to her. And so we're just hooking up. And Kate comes in. She's like, hey. Turns out that they had a fucking orgy. This girl tells me to, like, stop. And so I'm just like, okay. So I walk into another room and just fall asleep. The rest of them had a fucking orgy. I heard the stories after. It is not a proud moment. It's the worst. And then 2 days later, I go off to college, and I come back, because like our school. Well, Roberto Van had like 6 month periods, but it was 8 hours a day, 6 days a week, for 6 months straight. And so I came back for like Christmas or New Year's or something. And my ex-girlfriend, of whom I have another terrible story of, uh, even if you call it a girlfriend, she, so, like, we got really drunk one night. I stole alcohol. I had to go through probation for this. I stole some alcohol from the gas station, and we get really drunk, and we're sort of hooking up in her car, and like, it's all oral, and I'm about to penetrate her, but she's like, no, no, and she runs away. She tells me, I'm gonna give my virginity to this guy in this other town. I come back from college. She thinks that she can just manipulate and use men. I absolutely fucking hate this woman. That, like, triggered something in my brain. Like, I fucking hate you. And that would have been a great romantic story. And so I come back for the holiday. I bring another girl named Brittany, and she kind of looks like that singer. Like, they could be sisters. The fuck is her name?
Previously on
Computer, what? Fuck. Anyway, I bring her that night, and Brittany something, I forget her last name, and Becky at that party. It was New Year's. I just go over to her, and it's like the New Year's kiss thing. I just grab her and kiss her. Like I said, Becky was just like, kissing her was, I don't know how you describe it. How do you describe it? It's hard to explain because it wasn't love. Well, it is love, but it's not being in love. But it was something that you did not regret every single time. So I just went over and grabbed her and kissed her. And she she's one of my favorite people. But she fell in love with me is the problem. She wanted a relationship. But I did not desire her more than friendship and enjoying each other. See, like, men fight. Men fight other men. And men with women, they come together physically the same way, but it's sexually. And I don't think that's a problem. However, until emotions get involved. And I didn't desire her for her body. I wanted a balance. I wanted the mind and the body. And so you invest in a woman's mind, you invest early in her body, and then you get this curve of loving her over time, watching her grow or change. And I think that's a beautiful thing. But she didn't have a body that I particularly enjoyed. I enjoyed her mind and our friendship. And, we understood each other, but it overdeveloped. She would have been a fantastic wife. We would have a great life together. But our genetics would not have meshed well. They would have been terrible. She wasn't like fat or anything. She just Yeah, it's kind of plump. Her boobs were weird, really weird. But best kisser I've ever fucking been with. Out of 35 women, amazing to meet mouths together. And honestly, that's what I enjoyed the most. I think one time we fucked in the Catholic Church. I brought her into the confession booth. She had like fucking 4 orgasms. Like she just could not stop. It was hilarious watching her just vibrate. We just laughed about it after. I miss her, but I get it. Same thing with Laura. Nebraska girls, they're, at least from our time, they were different. They were good women. Colorado women are, they think they're special, but they're not. You aren't. It's because Colorado gives you this euphoria, and there's lower oxygen content, and people become deluded by the mountains and the vacancy that people have of objectifying one another to just enjoy living here. Nebraska girls are completely different. They are the finest that I've ever encountered. Kansas girls, Iowan girls are okay too, but Eastern Nebraskan girls, at least from my generation, they just, they're real. You can always just talk to them. And some of them want to flaunt their bodies or pretend or something, but you can always break it down. And when you break it down, they're very honest, real people. Once you get rid of the gender profiling and all that stuff. What the fuck movie is this? They're wearing weird yellow helmets. And it's really annoying to listen to this film. God, I miss Nebraska women. Kayla, she, I offered. I was like, come here, we'll start a family. I can't be in Nebraska though. And she bought her own house. She worked hard for a long time. She just works at a grocery store. And she's one of the few women that would fight me. And she was competent. I had so much respect for her. But yeah, like she was a slut. But at the same time, she's one of the few that I could imagine next to me and enjoy being with her. But she was only interested in me because of my car and my house. She didn't actually love me. She thought she did. And I offered for her to come here. Let's start a family. You know, it would be a good life. But I did something. What the fuck did I do? Oh, yeah, I told her I would, like, murder her or something. I evoked this emotion, the fact that she felt when she was with me. Then I destroyed it. And she's married now. She has children. She's in love. She's happy. You can see it in her face in her photos. She doesn't talk to me anymore. Nobody fucking talks to me. But she went through this relationship with this guy that see, you have these lingering emotions with people. And if you're not willing to come here for me, then I need to destroy those emotions. So I destroyed them. And same thing with Christy. She knew how much I cared about her and loved her, but she did not fully desire me. So she destroyed him too. So I took reference of that and used it so that Kayla could overcome what her ex did to her, which was like 5 years, she said, that they were together. And Kayla was somebody that would never send nudes to somebody. I asked her to send me nude photos, and she did. And she was so heartbroken that she was vulnerable in that way. She would never be like that. Like, and I just knew. And so I broke off that connection. I destroyed it. And she meets this guy. And he's perfect for her. She's actually happy. She has children now. She has a family. And it's all psychological warfare. And I enjoy seeing her children. And at least online, just it's tough. She wasn't willing to come here to be with me, so that's why I did that. The only reason she liked me was because of a beautiful old Victorian home and a fun car. She didn't actually like me. She didn't know anything about me. I almost died from pneumonia. My blood oxygen was 56 or 54, I forget. It's one of those two. Basically, my blood oxygen was so low that I was like euphoric and about to lose consciousness and die. She did not care at all. And that's when I came to Colorado. And it's a bummer, but at least she's happy. I'm not. I never feel happiness. All I feel is the need to burn myself. This is hell incarnate. But it keeps me connected to reality. My brain does weird things. It's not schizophrenia. It's, I've been tested various times. My brain, like, having an eidetic memory is being able to control sensory perception. But if you lose focus, so you have to stay focused all the time. If you lose focus, then it's like if I lay in bed and I try to fall asleep, my brain, if I'm not controlling it, will dream while I'm still awake. It'll be visual, all sensory perception. It it's really a giant pain in the ass. It's fucking horrible sometimes, and it's really great sometimes. It's a full spectrum of human emotions. And alcohol helps. And there's no woman that could ever be with me. Kayla was probably the last one that could handle me. But she does not like the mountains. And I do not like Nebraska. And so it never worked out. I think she went back to blonde. She used to have blue hair. When I'm with women, I always test them by what they might think that I desire from them, so that I can balance what they are and what they like, and it comes into like like shaving your body, stuff like that, to dyeing your hair, to whatever, so that I can understand if we are meant to be together. I don't speak that. I don't speak Japanese. I can't fucking. Where dorm lovers meet? What? You can't even be honest anymore. You can't have a negative attitude anymore. It's a fucking hive mind. I have warned people about it for a long time. We are going to turn into a hive. Just going to go look at photos of her. She's she's a beautiful woman. Strong woman. We used to wrestle. I loved fighting her. It was so much fun. But she never actually loved me. And you can't lie. So I guess my bloodline's gonna die out. I'm the last. She has the most beautiful blue eyes. They are stunning. Striking. Powerful. Most beautiful eyes I've ever seen. We would have had a great life together if only she would have been willing to come here. I've been someone that has traveled places for women various times. And I've always been proven wrong. So if a woman isn't willing to go somewhere for you, fuck them. They're terrible. They will simply use you, and you will be a fool. Women use men They pretend that men use them. And the truth is that we all have this double standard of desire, but men, at least like me, can analyze, and women do not. I've never met a woman that can actually analyze. And she doesn't understand it. Like, she doesn't understand that she didn't care that I almost died. I mean, I literally, like, if I had, the doctors told me if I waited a day or two, my blood oxygen, I would have lost consciousness and I would have died. She didn't care at all. Didn't want to come to see me. Didn't, people call me intolerable. No, insufferable. That's the word. Insufferable. I am insufferable.